What do you genuinely not understand? How so many fucking terrible commercials make it to TV? When I see a dumb commercial, my thought is always the same. A group of grown-ass people sat around a table somewhere and discussed how they want to promote their brand. They came up with an entire marketing strategy, probably had a vote about it, and sent approval onto the marketing department/company for production. That marketing department created, scripted, filmed, and produced that piece of shit commercial. Then they sent it back to the group of grown-ass people who sat around the same table watching the shitty commercial before agreeing that it's sending the exact message they want about their brand. They likely then vote again to approve running it on TV. A huge budget is approved for putting that dumbass commercial out there, and the result is the piece of crap I just saw on TV. Yeah, I don't understand that. How language developed. Obviously it did, but I just can't fathom how. I just picture cavemen walking and pointing to things and grunting. That's basically it. They made sounds to refer to stuff, and people caught on and used the same sounds and understood through context and repetition what each other meant, and it built and spread from there. I imagine early communication started with things like "Hey relax, I'm not gonna kill you, come here, look, food tasty, animal danger." All things that are kind of obvious what is intended to convey in context, and with pointing at the thing as you make a sound. Consciousness really fucks with me. Like our brains are so developed, and we are the only species that is self-aware, then our consciousness just disappears when we die. I'll have those moments when I'm brushing my teeth or something. I'll just start looking at myself and thinking like I'm just a body, I'm just like living, like this is what I look like, and I'm just alive. How is this happening? And why? Most of the humor of popular YouTubers, they literally just scream, make dumb faces, and do goofy dances. Don't see how that appeals to anyone over the age of 10. Guys that hit each other in the nuts for fun. WTF is with that? I watched an interview with Steve-O, and he says fans want him to kick them in the nuts, and are so happy and thank him when he does. That's a lawsuit waiting to happen. Please Mr. Steve-O, getting kicked by you would be an honor. It has always been my dream ever since I saw you performing the fart mask in Jackass 2. Nutshot. Thank you, Mr. Steve-O, you've made me so happy. See ya in court. Quantum mechanics. That shit is whack. Same. I don't even know what those two words mean together. I was really good at maths at school until year 10th, when we hit a topic called numbers and proof. It was about proving that the answer to an equation was definitely right. I think. I don't really know, because I never understood a single thing the teacher said that whole term. That's sad. Usually people are either good at understanding mathematical concepts or they are bad. I think if you pick up where you left off you might see some success again. That said, I have never heard of anyone who had to understand the concept of mathematical proof in 10th grade. Perhaps some examples. For example, some visual proof for the Pythagorean theorem, but not in general. Social interaction. How to make friends. How to small talk. How to make friends using small talk. How to flirt. FFFFF magnets. How do they work? Highly motivated people. You know the internal demon you have to fight to get something done? It's the opposite for overmotivated people. It's like when you're not completing tasks you've ruined your day, and it eats you up inside. Why the Kardashians are famous and popular. I used to think people watched their show to laugh at how trashy they are. Turns out most viewers actually aspire to be them. Mankind is weird. I aspire to have their wealth. That would be fun. How people believe 5G causes coronavirus. Saw some lady on our local news station's Facebook page going off about that. 5G is 10,000 times the power of 4G. Coronavirus has already caused testicle problems in men akin to high doses of radiation. I'm not going to reveal my sources. I did my research. Do your own. The phrase happy as a clam. How the fuck could you tell if a clam is happy? It's short for happy as a clam at high tide. At high tide, clams have, practically, no predators and they emerge from their shells to feed and rollerskate. I'm a physics teacher, and I'm embarrassed to say that despite reading several explanations, I still don't understand how batteries work specifically. If one end of the battery basically houses excess electrons and the positive side has a dearth of electrons, why doesn't connecting two batteries, but not in a closed circuit, cause half of each battery to drain. How people cheat after years or even decades in a marriage, especially when there are kids involved. I genuinely can't put myself in these people's shoes. Is breaking up your family worth it for some strange cock/pussy? Or even if you are in love, is that really a fair trade in those people's minds? NASCAR. I don't get the hype. It's cars going left for 1000 laps. I just don't get it. How computers work. I'm a reasonably tech savvy person, but I genuinely have no idea about the inner workings of the tools I use for 12 hours every day. It's like I'm like a professional driver who has no idea how an engine or a turbocharger or brakes work. Chemistry. I genuinely have no idea how atomic layers or molecule diagrams work, and no explanation I have ever had has helped. Bitcoin. No matter how it's explained to me. When people who are blind since birth talk about that they do not even see black, it's like nothingness. Why you have to go through years of bullshit that has nothing to do with your degree in order to graduate college. Why people keep trying to comfort me and ask if I'm okay when I've told them to leave me alone when getting angry. Why high heel shoes have to be so fucking uncomfortable. We can travel to the moons, but no shoe designer can make a nice and comfortable high heel. I don't understand how my dad isn't back from the gas station for 16 years. The offside rule. Hockey. Having a player on your team be in front of the opposing team's blue line before a player on your team, with possession of the puck, crosses the blue line. Football. Having a player from the defense being across the line of scrimmage and not moving when the ball is snapped. Foreign languages. Like, dude, what are you saying? It's like they are speaking another language. I do not understand my stupidity. I don't understand how internet works at all. Like, how does this tangible object we can make turn into an endless web on a screen where I can see anything and go anywhere? I've tried learning about it. I don't get it. Hahaha. Electricity. I've had people try to explain it to me. Looked up resources online to try to understand it. It's just way over my head for whatever reason. Sucks because I really want to get into electronics more, but I'm lacking in that aspect to progress more. Why people start smoking? It's super expensive, comes with a plethora of health issues, makes you and your possessions stink, and I'm pretty sure it hasn't been considered cool since the 70s. I can't think of a single good reason to start. I don't know squat about trading stocks, or how money works at all. Where does it come from? How does the thing that motivates the world function? I cannot genuinely understand the concept of money. What is money/currency? How is its value determined? Why is one country's currency stronger than other? What would the world look like if there was no money? Money. I mean, each country prints their own money. How knows how much to print? How do they regulate it? Where do countries get loans from? Where does the organization giving the loan get their money from? How my parents let their 3-year-old daughter, me, decide my little brother's name. I named him Digo because I was obsessed with Dora. Religious people. I don't see the thought process. Something created this. Okay, I can see where you came to that. This thing loves me, and I know what it thinks, what it wants, what it doesn't want. Then there was this talking snake, and a virgin, and a bad place for bad people. That's where you lose me. How do you mentally make that leap? Can someone that's religious please explain why someone would want notifications every time a YouTube channel is subscribed to upload something? If I want to see if anyone's put out something new, I just check my subscription feed when I have time to watch stuff. How the universe came to be. I mean, obviously nobody exactly knows. There's theories and scientific proof, but how did those things come to be? What made the atoms, or whatever was there, to make the Big Bang, and what made that? It's like an endless loophole in my mind that I get caught up in and confused. Alcohol. You hear non-stop negative things about it. It tastes terrible and almost everyone says they didn't like the taste at first and/or drinks cheap beer they don't like because it's cheap. It destroys families. It destroys bodies. Drunk driving. And a fair amount of the time you barely remember it.